What's going on over there, boys?
Hey, Bill, you're definitely cheating, mate. What's down your pants?
Frothy time!
Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow tape in your hand?
Take it easy, Croft. It's just my shopping list from Alex.
Croft, what do you got down your pants?
Got me. Time to confess.
Oh, no, don't get the cock out.
It's Quinton de Kock, South Africa's finest batsman.
Not as big as I thought he'd be, Shane.
Footy show, and as big a week as it has been in footy, it's certainly been a bigger week in cricket, no doubt about that. And ladies and gentlemen, news just through, as we found out in the last couple of days, the International Cricket Council suspended Australian captain Steve Smith for one match. Well, Cricket Australia have gone a little bit harder than that, and in the last hour or so, it is now official that Steve Smith, the Australian cricket captain, has been banned for 12 months. David Warner, the vice-captain of Australia, has been banned for 12 months. And Cameron Bancroft, the other player involved in the ball tampering fiasco, has been now rubbed out for 9 months. Both of Smith and Warner, the two leaders, have been banned from the leadership group for the next 2 years. And as we know, Matt Renshaw, Glenn Maxwell and Joe Burns will be their replacements. Tim Payne has been named the 46th captain of the Australian cricket team. That means that Smith and Warner and Bancroft will miss the 5-match ODI series against England, the 4-test series in Australia against India, but will be back for the Ashes in England next year. Some high-profile and big positions in Australian society have become vacant in recent times. The Lord Mayor of Melbourne could be Lord Mayor Sam Newman, so why not the Australian cricket captain, the one and only John Sammy Newman? Now, along with everyone else, I've never been more embarrassed to be an Australian. This is an absolute disgrace what's gone on. You have a bounden duty if you represent Australia to cheat, and how subtle. Why couldn't they do it subtly? How blatant was that? If you couldn't do that better, that's what I'm annoyed at. I mean, everyone tries to cheat. For example, I am wearing, as I speak, this is how easy it would be if they just did a bit of planning. I am wearing now sandpaper underpants. And luckily I've got the rough side facing out, or else I could fizz myself up nicely. But I'm told, I was going to show you, but Ed told me, and the management said never to take my pants off again on television. So what you would do is you'd get sandpaper underpants for the bowlers, and you'd have a little zephyr window, just a slot there, and you would rub it on the sandpaper underpants through the flannels. How easy would that be? You've got a bounden duty to cheat, and I can't understand what all the fuss is about. And as for the South African captain, Faf Labusi, is he? Labusi.
Close.
Faf, anyhow. Yeah. This is true. He has a zip on his pocket. Now, when have they made cricket flannels with zips on them? So they've obviously inserted a zip there, pretending that he needs to shut his pocket for some reason, and he just rubs it on the zip. Now, my idea to do this, Ed, would be to get an industrial zip and put it on your fly. Right. And then if you didn't mind what people thought you were doing, you could do this all day. Like that. Oh, sorry.
Come on, sit down, Sam.
So,
So I feel I could be the Cinderella of Australian cricket. Mind you, Cinderella left the ball alone.
Working beautifully. Now, what have you got here? I see you've got a vice.
Now we're going to just demonstrate how easy it would be to fool people and cheat. As I say, what is all the fuss about, Ed? What, you've got 12 months for cheating?
Boys, what do you think about this?
Oh, it's obviously, it's just strange, I think, just especially for kids to be seeing two guys that are pretty high up in their game. You know, we speak about Brad Smith over the summer. Bradman style. We're saying he's the next Bradman. Is he better than Bradman? And now I don't think he can come back from that. I've come back from some pretty bad stuff, but I don't reckon Steve Smith and David Warner. And the thing is, David Warner's on the nose as well with the Australian cricket team. We saw reports about him having a couple of champagnes with people that weren't cricketers and the players. And I spoke to a few players, former Test players, and they just said that you know, he's a bit on the nose. So the quicker they get out, they get some young blokes in. It could be we could reinvent ourselves.
Swanee?
I'm complete opposite. I think it's ridiculous the amount of carry-on that's been going on. Fair enough, they've done the wrong thing, but it's like they've shot Bambi or something. Like, yeah, they've done the wrong thing and they'll take their whack, but if Steve Smith isn't even allowed to play for Cricket Australia, it'd be ridiculous.
Well, he's out for 12 months.
Yeah, well, it's a big whack. And all of them, they get their punishment and we move on. It's been going on for a long time. I think it's a little ridiculous.
Look, honestly, with a bit of planning, Ed, they honestly could have done the ball. You could have this in the club. You could do it there. You could even go for the very highly ribbed, highly ribbed rasp.
Right.
And you could turn that into a spike ball. Just in 5 minutes, you could. It's ridiculous.
I'll ask you, Eddie. If this happened in footy, if someone deliberately missed a goal or something happened, if someone cheated in footy, what would be the repercussions of that?
Well, there has been match fixing allegations in the past, going back to 1924. The Essendon team in a match against the Western Bulldogs to see if the Bulldogs would actually play in the AFL or the VFL in 1925. They had an all-in brawl at half-time in the Essendon rooms because half of the team thought the other team were lying down for the bookmakers.
Did that happen on the weekend at Collingwood's game?
Oh, is that right? Of course, we go back to 1910 when Carlton were done, as always.
We got done in 2000.
Yeah, exactly. Had to get done all the time. Hey, 1 second, right? Take that cap off and put the sensible hat on. Now, I know you to be a person who has the highest standards when it comes to sport.
Yep.
What did you feel this week about the Australian cricket team in this whole situation? Seriously.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, I must say that the thing that bemused me is that nationally, we as a nation, whether you think it's over the top or not, which I actually happen to agree with you, as a nation, we are now internationally thought of as sporting cheats, and that's the only problem I have with it. I mean, a bit of gamesmanship. And how many other sides and people have done it?
Doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter
because
a bit.
Australians, we do get up on our high horse.
Well, we do.
When anyone else, we always put the finger at the Chinese swimmers or these people or that people,
Russians,
all the rest of it.
I think the world's been waiting for Australia to do it because every other country's pretty much done it. We've seen the rap sheet, and now Australia's done it because they've come out. Warner's come out and said, "I didn't," all this stuff, and now
Can I put it to you guys? Because the big question is, okay, they've done it, but how did they get to the position where they went out and did so? Would you think, Sam, that somebody like Dave Warner, who has been under, and this is not giving him an out, this is how did he get from there to there, that he was under so much pressure, that he's had all this sledging going, that he's been under enormous pressure for himself. He had the South African crowd into his face. So he gets in there and he's just so fired up. We've got to win, we've got to win, we've got to win. We can't get the ball to move. Let's do something. And before they know it, they have lost their moral compass. And before they know anything, they've cheated. And suddenly the world's blown up in front of them. That's how close it can be from being good blokes to bad blokes.
Very good point you make, because as you've said to me plenty of times, do you ever think any of the things you do you ever think them through before you do them?
No.
So they would have thought they're trying to be half smart and a bit edgy, and they wouldn't have thought ahead of what the ramifications of this will be when you eventually, and obviously you were going to get caught. They would not understand what is going to happen. And that's why I cover
obviously the cricket ball was soft and it wasn't doing anything. you sit at lunch, and they're probably sitting there having a beautiful lunch. Get Nathan Lyon over and say, mate, bowl a custard, just hit it out of the stadium. Lose the ball, you get a new one anyway.
All right, mate. That's probably
Simple.
the smartest thing we've heard of. By the way, just before we move on, we do have to pay tribute to a former Adelaide Crow in Ken McGregor, who is now one of the editors at the Northern Territory Times. Let's have a look. Northern Territory News. Just have a look. There you go. I've got some sticky near my dicky. That was the headline. Congratulations to some great work.
Just finishing on this. Just finishing on this. There's a very easy way to stop it. Now, I'm serious here. If you let the umpires retain possession of the ball at all times, so when it's bowled, it goes to the wicket-keeper, and if you make sure the wicket-keeper hasn't got anything in his gloves, he gives it to an official or an umpire. The umpire gives it back to another official standing next to where the bowler bowls.
The game will go for 10
days. And before the
days.
bowler takes off on his mark, he hands him the ball and then he runs in and bowls.
Yeah.
Just let the umpires keep possession of the ball.
There's always that, or you could just go out and play the game the way it should be played.
Probably
But anyway,
the same,
let's go. Hey, tonight on the Footy Show, we're going to start talking some footy right now, ladies and gentlemen. Footy's burning issues. Tension at the Adelaide Crows. Fresh from a record-breaking performance, Hawks superstar. There he is. Tommy Mitchell. And don't go anywhere, because we've got a huge surprise coming up on the Footy Show. Big night tonight on the Footy Show. Goals of the year. Roll the videotape. How about this from Luke Parker of the Sydney Swans? Unbelievable performance.
Yeah, this is one of the great goals you'll ever see. Kicked it over his head. I'm not sure he meant it, but what a special goal. It's been talked about as one of the greatest goals, but have a look at this. Luke Parker over his head. But I was looking back at the archives last night and I managed to come up with something special. This is one of my 9 back at the MCG. Take it back steep, Luke Parker. That was in front of about 90,000. He kicked it in front of about 5,000.
Okay. Quick straw poll. Those who thought Parker's was the best? Yeah! Those who thought Fev's was the best? Hang on, mate. We're going to go to Facebook. We want to open this up for everybody out there. Go to Facebook right now, the Footy Show Facebook, and tell us who had the better goal, Parker or Favola.
Yeah, just give me a like on Facebook. Thanks, guys. No, I also found another goal that should be on the Facebook page. It's something else. Another one I kicked in the Legends game.
Inside 50, Lloyd will go again. Fev's here.
Jeez, I was fat. Bang. There's also another one of the great AFL, one of the great Footy Show guys, Billy Brownless. Oh! Bad luck, Bill. Too many frothies for Bill before it.
Also tonight, Dane Swan is with us, and Swanee, you had a good look at... Had a good look at our boys on Saturday night.
Yeah, had a good look. Wasn't a great look, but yeah, a bit disappointing. So
we're going to come back and have your
I've got
thoughts in a few moments' time, okay?
Yeah, no worries, mate.
All right, sit there. Dane Swan has actually gone through. He's going to have a serious look at the Collingwood game from Saturday night. Before we do that, though, one of the big stories in footy has been rumblings at the Adelaide Crows. So let's go to the man who has won the AFL Media Award for the last 700 years. He's over there. Damien Barrett is with us tonight. Go ahead, Barrett.
It has been an off-season of soul-searching by the Crows players and coaches, Ed. And as we got to find out last year, they are a club hell-bent on finding an edge over rivals through the power of the mind. We'll go back to last year's final series and have a look at the public display of that during those final series. Prelim final against GWS Adelaide Oval. You can see the reaction here from Leon Cameron and other Giants players, not too sure how to handle that powerful stance of the Crows. You can see Kellen Ward there. They don't know. You go forward a week later to the grand final against Richmond. Clearly the Tigers have an awareness of what's to come, and they actually play their own mind games at this moment. They don't know what to do. The Crows hold that stance. It's an illustration of these mind games the Crows were playing. We get to half-time of the grand final. The Tigers are playing their own mind games, maybe amongst themselves. They had this to say, as detected by Peter Dixon in his documentary on the Tigers at half-time. A company by the name, a firm by the name of Collective Minds, was behind that Crows stance during the anthems of last year. It was also behind what we've now known to become as a controversial camp on the Gold Coast for the Crows players last month, where players were seemingly broken down mentally and even absolutely broken by it.
So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, broken down mentally?
They sought to absolutely challenge the players mentally, Ed. They sought to break them down. And we've spoken to several people around several players. And some, Ed, and some, let's just use the word some, were clearly distressed by what they saw. Rob Chapman, we've spoken to today, Ed. The Adelaide Crows took this to the highest levels of their organisation. They thrashed it out.
President, yeah.
This is the president of the club. And you can see there on the screen the full quotes he's got, and you can go and access those. But basically acknowledging that there were some players amongst the list of 40 or 50 who were put through that issue who didn't actually get anything out of it and did not quite like it. Needs to be stressed, though, from Rod Chapman. They asked the questions they had to ask. They were answered in a way that absolutely had them satisfied. The doctor, saying not one player has presented to the club in a worrying state, also added that the AFL Players Association, unlike what happened with the Melbourne Football Club situation, Ed, were not brought into this particular situation.
So what sort of things were they doing? There was just talk about...
Blindfolded? They were
blindfolding.
Yeah, they were blindfolded. They were put into situations both physically and mentally where they were into the unknown. They were asked questions and challenged in ways they didn't like, including and through a set of speakers, the Richmond theme song at one stage was played to a set of players just as part of this mental disintegration attempt.
Yeah.
Now,
So just on it, do you know actually what happened? Did they put him? There was talk about a bus ride.
Yeah, bus going to a destination unknown. They didn't know where they were going, and thought they were just going on a nice part of this Gold Coast region. But again, they were broken down, Ed, and they were distressed.
Okay, so let's cut to the card chase on this. The president, Rob Chapman's come and said, yes, it was brought up today at a board meeting. Yes, tick.
Tick.
There were a couple of players distressed.
Tick.
Is there anything going on now from here, or is this just part of what happens?
The club's trying to play it right down now. We've got players on record now saying no issues, but we have spoken to managers of players who were significantly distressed by this situation.
Now, Dame, I was pretty passionate about this a couple of weeks ago. Camps, just ban them. They're no good. They go off, they blindfold and they're on buses. They're not Navy SEALs. They're not going into battle. They're going out in a football field. These recruiters have probably followed these young kids from the age of 10, 12. They know everything about them. Let them play football on the football field. Don't go take them into places that make them uncomfortable. They know what their mental state's like.
They're committed to that cause, Steve. They're actually absolutely committed to the cause of using the power of the mind to get the edge. And they're not going to deviate from it. They're not going to back away from it. They're all in on it.
They're footballers.
Swanee, what do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I don't mind. We're not in
Power of
Mensa,
the mind.
Yeah, that's the inner game,
Oh,
Brendan.
if I was standing in the line at the anthem and a guy standing like that, I'd be going, oh, have a look at this idiot. I'm about to kick him down. Well, you would.
Yeah, I was just say, with footy camps, I have no problem on footy camps doing footy. But when you're doing ridiculous stuff like that, or carrying logs, or how it's been repeated, listening to the Richmond theme song on repeat for half hour, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Brendan,
how's that going to help you in any way, shape, or form?
Are you telling me that if someone
I'd rather listen to your music, Sam, you're singing, than listen, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
If someone...
Well, I wouldn't be listening to Jay-Z or whatever that shit is. Brendan, are you telling me you'd get distressed if someone blindfolded you and put you in a bus and you didn't know where you're going?
It wouldn't bother me because I'd be like, what am I doing this for?
That's right.
Stupid.
Well, how would you be distressed?
It'd just be ridiculous. It's just a waste of time.
It's okay, so it's a waste of time.
Yeah,
This has been going on for a while, Sam. Have a look at this back in the 80s. Nigel Smart running across hot coals on a camp. And have a look at his feet after this. He's obviously won't be able to train tomorrow because he's got blisters all over his feet. Camps don't work.
Did you go any camps, Swanee?
We did a few to Arizona. We did a heap to Arizona. One to Mooloolaba.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it went real well. Let's not talk about Mooloolaba.
You got in trouble in Arizona, didn't you? I remember. There was the one I went on too.
It'll be our first time, Ed.
Yeah, What did you do that was wrong?
Which, what time?
Let's narrow it down. You weren't allowed to go up the mountain
Headphones.
with the headphones on.
Yeah, so headphones were banned walking up the mountain, and I thought the only way I'm going to get up the mountain was with my headphones in, so I knew I was going to take the punishment the next day, so I decided, bugger, I'm going to walk up there with headphones and cop what I copped the next day. So,
and you copped it the next day, didn't you?
Yeah, but I was worth it because I got to walk up the mountain listening to music for 5 hours while everyone else, so...
Makes sense.
That was my thought.
Thanks for giving us an insight. It's a story that's been swirling around for the last few days, and thanks to Rob Chapman, the chairman of the Adelaide Crows, for being so forthcoming and giving us an insight. Yeah, some players didn't like it, others have got through it. Now the Crows have got a big game. It is the replay of the grand final from last year. It's Adelaide and Richmond.
I just said grand final replay. The Tigers got off to a pretty slow start on the weekend against my Blues. I was up and about. We were about 28 points up at one stage, but D. Martin, he was superb again, and he just showed why he's the best player in the competition. And the young Blues, they struggled a little bit, but the mature age and the mature bodies of the Tigers got them over the line, and Cochin was brilliant again. And how about this goal from Butler? Just smooth, like a Rolls Royce. Look at that, bang. Gives it to the crowd. 90,000 plus, which was a record of the MCG. And I reckon the Tigers will go over there with all this hoo-ha going on with the Adelaide Crows. They'll be into them. They'll be playing mind games, Sam.
Might play him blindfolded.
Hey?
They might play him blindfolded there.
But it's a huge game of footy.
Well, they should be prepared when Richmond run out. They've heard this theme song a few times now,
absolutely.
haven't they? Hey, just quick, Tex Walker is back in. Now, there's a big in, the captain of the club.
Yeah.
And he is someone, Swanee, that has that
He's got
edge.
big presence on the
He's
field.
got massive presence on the field, and just with his presence out there, they'll be better off. But I reckon the Tigers might do this pretty easily. I reckon Adelaide are on the shakes, Sam.
Oh, well, if you're...
Not on the shakes. They probably are on the shakes.
Put off by... If the side is put off by wearing blindfolds and having the Richmond Football Club theme song played at them, I don't know whether they'd be bothered turning up. No, that is pathetic to say that you get distressed at that. No, seriously, where are we headed in this world? What is happening with us?
I don't know.
Well,
What?
that is nonsense.
What is nonsense? Which
That
part of it?
you blindfold yourself and put you in a bus and people are distressed that they don't know where they're going. What is that?
I don't know. It's... In case you didn't hear it, somebody in the crowd said, Sam, when you're blind and in music and taken somewhere you don't know, what is it? He said, a Bucks night. Fantastic. By the way, Trent Cotchin, captain, fantastic. 200 games. Well done, Cotch. Was in hospital, Sam, early in the week with a migraine, the captain of Richmond, but he's going to be all right to play.
He's playing mind games, Ed. Playing mind games with... Hey, it's a great career, Eddie. 200 games. He had a few doubters early on, but he's now a premiership captain, Brownlow medalist. Super effort.
Let's go out to the green room because Tom Mitchell, well, he had leather poisoning on the weekend and Shane Crawford's with him.
World record holder Tom Mitchell, 54 possessions. What a superstar. He is coming up right after the break. You're going to have a great chat with him. I thought I'd wear a Collingwood jumper and show you, Eddie, what it's like to actually man up when you play this man. He's averaging 52 possessions a game, OK? Maybe next time that might help you get across the line. All right, I'm fired. I know. Okay, I understand. And can I just tell you, on this show, we do a lot of acting. Come on, Tom, you can do it. We do a lot of acting, and we're not very good, and here is why. Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow tape in your hand?
Give me...
Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow tape in your hand? Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow...
That was Real House of Bulger.
Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow tape in your hand? Speaking of cheating, what's that yellow tape in your
Where's he looking?
He's going this. I'm here. He's going...
I don't want to look at him.
Franklin looking for his form, snapping it, working it back beautifully. He can do anything, Buddy Franklin.
Where's that Nui? He's up. Got a hand on it. One paw. Lays the tackle on Smith. Wrapped him up. It's ball. Opens up the angle. Look out. Franklin plays on. He's on his left. He bends it and he kicks it. What else would he do?
He's going to beat you just about every time, Buddy, as he slams through number 8.
Here goes Gaz. Shapes up. 45 and closing the little master. Nails it. Crowd erupts for the Cats.
There is Mitchell again. Another possession to him. Number 50 for Tom Mitchell. There's Mitchell again.
That roar was for the record number of possessions ever recorded in the game. 54. What a night that is. It's nuts.
performance on the weekend from Tommy Mitchell. He's played 88 games, 23 for the Hawks, and he was absolutely magnificent on the weekend. Give him a big round of applause again. And Tom, not your best ever game, because in the NEAFL one day you had 64 disposals, 4-goal game in the NEAFL in 2014. 64 times. Must have been amazing though on the weekend. Just what a way to start the season.
Yeah, it was obviously a great win for our club, and to kick off our season with a win against Collingwood was great. And
no, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. But,
Mira just
yeah, obviously, you know, some games you have those games where the ball just seems to find you. You know, the ball just comes your way, and you know all about that slotty.
Not as much as you, mate, but do you wish you could play the Pies every week? You had, what, 52 against them last year and 35 and 2. You'd love to play the Pies every week, wouldn't you?
I'm not too sure about that, but, you know, more importantly, we got the win and got our season off to a great start. So, looking forward to Geelong on Monday and having another win early.
Now, Tommy, speaking about mind games, mate, do you ever stand out there and go to the Collingwood blokes? Mate, I average 52. Like, someone pick me up.
Not quite. I'm sure you tell other teams that you used to average 8 against them and all that. You know all the numbers.
Yeah, 100%. No one gets close enough to him to talk to him.
But surely someone picks you up.
Not too sure.
Just good at his job.
Tom, can I ask you, though, if you change your game, the first game when you did get 50, Collingwood, I think, won by about 5 goals. And you weren't as damaging in that game. Saturday night you were sensational, and I thought the second game against Godwin, when the Hawks won last year, you were equally as good. But did you change your game the way you went about it, not just accumulating small, you know, give and gets, but actually really doing what you did the other night, getting the ball forward and playing such a great link role? Yeah,
it's not something I've probably thought about going into a game. It's just keeping it simple and playing my role for the team each week. And, you know, some games you're going to get, you know, find the ball. Other days you're not going to be able to find it. So obviously on the weekend I had a lucky day and it came my way, but it's not something I sort of went into the game planning.
Now Tommy, these were highlights. Were any of them chip kicks across the back line, or you were playing full-back and you kicked it yourself? That's considered a possession? None of that? Not a lot of that?
He had 52, he had kicks everywhere.
Everyone gets them, Sam.
Thank you very much, Tom. I was speaking to Tom, if you two would shut up. None of the chip kicks across the back line.
I'm sure there was a couple here and there.
Was there?
You're probably right, yeah.
So probably you had 38, 40 legitimate ones.
That probably sounds about right.
No, mate, it's unbelievable.
I take you, Tommy, as a bloke that wouldn't read too many papers and worry too much about footy. You're a pretty laid-back sort of kid, but Nathan Buckley, after last year, said that your possessions didn't hurt Collingwood. Did you feel that? Did that hurt you?
No, not really. It's obviously he's a quality AFL coach and is entitled to his opinion, but it's not something you really take on board. I'm sort of focused on, you know, what our coaches tell me at our footy club, so I'll listen to Clark and what he's got to say and do my bit for the team.
Well, you heard him on the weekend, so well played, mate.
Oh, he was sensational on the weekend. Well done, Tom. Hey, with us tonight is your girlfriend, Hannah. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Eddie.
And your dog, Nala. Named after the Lion King, is it Nala, the dog?
Yeah, Nala. She's a 5-month-old golden retriever and got the name from the Lion King, so she's going along well. Still toilet training, but on the way.
What about the dog?
The dog's going well too.
Now, Tom and Hannah, I'm led to believe, Tom, that Hannah's straightened you up as far as your diet's concerned. You used to be pretty good on the Uber Eats for a while there. Is that right, Hannah? You've got him eating properly?
Yeah, I had to pull him into line a little bit there. Uber Eats 5 times a week was probably a little bit much.
Yeah.
But he's definitely improved. So.
What sort of diet you got him on these days?
Much more vegetable, a lot more home cooking, bit of meat here and there,
well,
but...
He ate the Sharon on Saturday night, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Come round to Collingwood and help them.
What's that?
So can you come round to Collingwood and help them?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Hannah, you're a lawyer by profession, but what are you doing these days?
So I'm currently working public relations at AMPR, which is awesome, bit of a change in career. Wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do, so just still trying to figure it out.
And you guys knew each other from school, did you?
Yeah, we went to school together.
And then how long in between school and catching up again?
Oh.
Yeah.
She was chasing me for years, so I've
I've lost count.
Don't you own that place, Eddie?
What's that?
Where do you work?
AMPR.
AMPR.
I might be a shareholder, yes.
So Tommy's playing at Collingwood next year?
Put it this way, Hannah's actually working as an intern there, and if Tommy comes to Collingwood next year, she's an intern on $2.5 million.
And the dog's in for what reason?
Because I'm paying the dog $1 million a year.
Can't leave him at home.
Fee.
Why is the dog in?
We just put the dog in, why not?
Oh, I see, so we're just bringing dogs in now.
Pet friendly.
What?
Pet friendly at the footy show.
You still got your dog?
Barney's still kicking. Yeah, Cavoodle.
Hey, let's have a look at Geelong and Hawthorn.
Another huge game this weekend. Paddy Dangerfield's back for the Cats, the Brownlow medalist. Last time they played the Hawks, he went forward after a leg injury and kicked, I think he kicked 5 or 6. They're going to play him forward because Ablett had 29, Selwood had 29, Duncan had about 26 touches, so there's no room for him in the midfield. How about saying that about a Brownlow medalist? No room for him in the midfield. So
I reckon they'll be able to squeeze him in. Steph.
what about Jacob O'Meara, Swanee?
Yeah, O'Meara, he looks like he's nearly back to his best, and they've formed a pretty decent combo with Mitch here last weekend. So that midfield at Hawthorn's starting to look pretty dangerous.
And you live with Jacob, do you, Tom?
Yeah, housemates. So, he's probably one that's taught me a thing or two about diet as well. He cooks his omelettes every morning while I'm having my Vegemite toast.
I've seen him cutting around LA in the off-season. He's got a fair rig on to keep his T-shirt on.
Yeah, I keep mine on at home as well.
What about this guy, Paul Popolo? Congratulations, Poppy. Sensational performance. He'll be playing his 150th game this weekend.
He's a good player, Eddie. Good player. In the premiership years, he's got a massive leap for a young fella. And in those premiership years, he's probably one of the most exciting Hawthorn forwards getting around. So 150 games, a couple of premiership medals. Great career so far.
Hey, Tom, just before we move on to other subjects, this game against Geelong, it's turned into one of the great rivalries now, these two teams, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge rivalry. Obviously, I haven't been there the last decade or so when there's been all those tight games, but it's going to be a huge game for both clubs. And obviously the first game with Ablett, Dangerfield, Selwood all in the same team, which is pretty daunting, but looking forward to the challenge.
That's Easter Monday at 3:20 at the MCG. And don't forget, special time on Monday night for Footy Classified, Sam. 8:30, live on 9 Go. So make sure you join all the team on Footy Classified. And, of course, the Sunday Footy Show on Sunday. But a special time on a different channel on Monday night, Easter Monday. It is Footy Classified. Monday, 8:30 live on 9 Go. Sam?
Well, we should say the number one supporter is Rebecca.
Exactly.
For Geelong, and she will be very keen for the Cats to win, so we wish her well for the Cats, and we also wish you well as it's coming closer.
The countdown continues.
So
Everybody,
good on you, Becca.
We miss you tonight, Rebecca. Give Rebecca Madden a big round of applause.
Yes, Eddie, speaking about missing, one of our favourites here on the Footy Show, Big Maxi Gawn, had the chance, as all kids dream about when they're a young kid, is to kick the winning goal. I'm not quite sure losing that 8 kilos works. Look at his run up, he's wobbly and shank. Oh, sleepless nights for Big Maxi. One thing that's never improved, guys, is goal kicking.
Or umpiring.
I wasn't going to go there, but Maxi, they give it to him.
I guess he'd be a little nervous, coaches, at the end of the game, and Chris Scott apparently was captured in the toilet at the end of the game. He couldn't actually. Well, here we go. We have him.
And Gary said that he's pretty fatigued, the first one up, and he'll get better. So I was excited to hear that.
But it's pretty amazing for a coach not to be able to watch.
Mate, that is extraordinary. Chris, who's a terrific man up, or woman up, or person up, watch the game, for God's sake. Take your medicine. Very lucky to win the Cats, but they did good on him. Just watch it. What are you going into the dungeon?
Surely he can hold on.
Maybe it's just a bit of superstition. He's decided he's taken the mark. I'll go down, I'll head down.
You got to go, Sam.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Well, what second before the game ends?
Oh, I don't know.
It's the mind game, Brendan.
It's the mind game,
You
isn't
pay
it?
lip service to the inner game.
If you've got any thoughts, get on to Sam Newman right now, because Sam's social Sam details are there on the bottom of the screen. Anything you want to say to Sam Newman during the course of the show, get on there right now, and we'll play some of them a little bit later on. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Tom is sticking with us because he had a big off-season, went overseas, met some of the biggest names in American sport, and his travel partner was Gary Ablett Jr. That exclusive vision right after the break. To the Footy Show. Tom Mitchell is our special guest tonight after a record-breaking performance on the weekend for the Hawks. And Tommy, you spent a bit of time overseas with the great Gary Ablett over the summer.
Yeah, it was a pretty good experience. Not sure what my jump shot's like there, but not great. Yeah, obviously went over to the States with Gaz and a few former teammates, Harry Cunningham and Alir. from Sydney and sort of went over and met guys like Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and sort of picked their brains about how they operate as athletes. And yeah, it was a great trip.
How does this come about with Hype Tours? Just tell us about that.
Yeah, so Hype Tours, it was something that came about through the AFLPA, a guy named Aaron Ford who put the tour together, and I think he's running another one at the end of this year, so I'd be surprised if there's not another lot of players going over there.
So, Tom, it's all relative, of course. So we're a smallish country here with a small population, but you must have been gobsmacked at the height of top-end sport over there.
Yeah, well, obviously guys like Durant and Curry, some of the best athletes in the world, and
worth a couple of $100 million.
Yeah, at least.
Just a lazy. Did they use Gaz's head as a basketball?
They could have. It's pretty shiny.
Have a look at that.
What was the one thing you brought back?
One thing I brought back. A lot of the guys, they were all so down to earth and gave back. Not like we were nobodies to them, but they gave us all their time, and yeah, they were just great guys to talk to, great people.
So it was, you went for a bit of R&R, but you actually did go to do some research on top-end sport, did you, or was that just a bit of a...
Yeah, it was a bit of both. Obviously, over there in the States, it's hard not to have a bit of fun, as Swanee would know, and
yeah,
well, have a bit of a holiday
I think it's a different holiday.
I was just about to say, you've been on a tour with Hype Tours. How's about I take you and Gaz on a tour of Vegas, LA, Mexico? Not sure how many superstars we'll meet, but we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Hey, what's the best name drop you've got on your trips to Vegas and LA over the journey?
Oh, mate, by the next morning I can't remember much, but Floyd probably.
Floyd
Mayweather, 9 at Palms. Yeah.
What'd you do? Would you just see him, or did you have a drink?
He brought in someone stepped on his shoe, and like brand new shoes, and he made one of his minions go out into the car and get another brand new shoes, and he put them on. He walked in with a suitcase full of cash. So he was going all right, Floyd. Yeah. We sat hello and had half a drink, then he buzzed us off pretty quickly. But yeah, that was about it.
Who else? Any other?
Evander Holyfield. Oh geez, there's been a couple, mate, but
biggest name?
Probably Floyd. Yeah, he's reasonably big.
Fair enough, boys. Let's have a look at this game. Your old team, Tommy, Sydney versus Port Adelaide. Both teams in magnificent form on the weekend. West Coast beaten by 29 points from Sydney, and Buddy was on fire. And Port Adelaide, well, they defeated Fremantle by 50 points at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, so now we've got the Watts, Motlop, and Rockcliffe were 3 great ins for them, and they're very good blokes off the field, and they've obviously done an awesome job in their first game. So I think that could really elevate Port to top 4 status. I think with those 3 really good footballers back into their side. So they've done some great recruiting.
All right, let's make some room for the great full forward and Brendan Favola. Tell us about this bloke.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Buddy come back after a pre-season looking so fit. He's just so dominant. He's like a big monster out there. His skill level and ability to kick goals, and talk about mind, Sam. He'd make a few defenders a little bit shaky in their boots. He was everywhere. I actually watched this game and just thought he's a freak. You know how I think he's kicked almost 800 goals. He's going to kick 1,000, sorry. He's going to kick 1,000 goals in his career, which is amazing. And you obviously played with a great man. What was he like at the footy club? He seems like a little bit of a guy that keeps to himself but likes to get out the social pages. But I think that's gone in his game now. I think he's all about footy.
Yeah, his head's definitely in footy. Obviously showed in the way he played on the weekend, kicking 8 and dominating the game. But yeah, I love playing alongside Bud, obviously, because he won us half our games. But
does he have that presence at training?
He does. He brings a lot of energy, and he's just someone you want to be around as a bloke as well. And he trains well and he plays well. He just does everything.
Hey, boys, Hamish Hartler plays 150th. By the way, Buddy Franklin this weekend, he is 6 goals short, so he's on 200. 6 goals to go past Peter McKenna on the all-time goal-kicking list. Peter McKenna kicked 874 goals. But to put it in context as well, different game. We all know that. Buddy's played different positions. Buddy's in his 272nd game, and Peter McKenna had kicked 874 goals in 191 games. Wow. So they were pretty good, the boys, when you were running around, Sam.
And he was a magnificent player, Peter McKenna. And don't forget, when you played at full forward in those days, you used to get belted from the gate. The minute the game started till the minute it ended.
We've seen you belt someone on the field, haven't we?
No, you wouldn't have seen that.
No. So 272 for Buddy, 191 for Peter McKenna for 874 goals. But Buddy Franklin at the moment is just pound for pound.
Yeah, he's in ripping nick. He's going to win the Coleman medal. And I wouldn't go past, if he keeps that form up, he will be the second full forward ever to win a Brownlow.
He's the most important player to
He'll win a
anyone
Brownlow
in any
medal.
side.
What are you looking at me like for, Sam?
No,
He got 3 votes in.
Of course, it's fantastic, Brendan. We're just into the season by just the one game at the minute.
Well,
so,
he'll be...
he'll just ease up on it.
Tom will be leading, and so will Buddy. There'll be 3 votes each.
Good
There
stuff.
you go.
Robbie Gray back to Port Adelaide as well. Tommy, thanks very much. Hannah, thank you very much for coming into the show. It's been great having you here. Good luck for the season. Have a fine on Monday. When we come back after the break, I've got a special surprise on the Footy Show.
Still to come tonight, we reveal the biggest surprise in the 25-year history of the Footy Show. Swanee opens up on what's wrong with the Pies. And 2 young mates tell us what it's like living the AFL dream. All that and much more coming up on the Footy Show.
There it is! Adam Scott, a life changer.
G'day Footy Show fans, it's Mark Leishman here. With the US Masters just 1 week away, it's great to have Channel 9 back broadcasting one of the most prestigious events in world golf. Augusta's such a special place for all golfers, and the trip down Magnolia Lane is always a memorable one. If you love your golf, I urge you to come over here and experience it for yourself one day. But if you can't, the next best thing is tuning in to all the action live on Nine's Wide World of Sports. And of course, go Tigers.
It's going to be Mark Leishman, big Tiger fan. And he's going to have another Tiger that he'll be playing against. And don't forget that Tiger Woods not only playing in the Masters, but will be out here in Australia captaining the American team in the President's Cup. And that'll be on at Royal Melbourne next year. Ernie Els, of course, the international captain. It's just going to be wonderful golf. And later this year in November, here at in Melbourne, the World Cup of Golf. So some magnificent golfing action coming. Don't forget, all that golfing action, the Masters live on Channel 9. And thanks to Matt Kaminsky from the PGA and the President's Cup for helping us get all that information together. Sam, can I ask you, you love your golf.
I do.
What would happen at the Masters if somebody cheated?
What would happen? Well, they'd be. It's a game of intent, and if you were cheated, you get black banned throughout the world. I mean, if you, what's that?
What are you talking about?
Tiger cheated. Tiger cheated.
No, we're talking about a golf, not cheating on your wife.
No, you've actually got something there, sir. He said Tiger Woods, I don't think called himself when the ball moved, but it was in jeopardy whether it did or not.
No, but let's go back to the point, though. Cricket has been talked about as being a gentleman's game, which has been a misnomer for about probably 120 years. But in golf, the self-regulation,
it is.
The player playing against himself and the elements, just that atmosphere of what the essence of golf
My
is
great
about.
theory about if you cheat at golf, karma will eventually get you because you're the inner game, Brendan, makes you not hit the proper shots because you're worried about your ethics and your morals, and it's a very, very strict game that is self-regulatory.
Where does the Masters stack up in your sporting mind?
Well, it's people say at the old course at St Andrews, that's where it started, and that's but the Masters is just legendary for all the great the Amen corner and the great holes there, and don't think people realise, not that I've been there, but they don't realise how just the undulation, how steep and hilly it is, and it's just a magnificent event. Magnificent event.
Well, please indulge with me for a moment, because for 25 years, Sam Newman has graced our screen here on the Footy Show, and of course, the footy season goes on while the Masters is on. But the Nine Network, in gratitude for Sam Newman's unbelievable expertise on this show and dedication to the job and everything else that's been part of it. Sam, on behalf of the Footy Show and the Nine Network, we are going to ask you to pack your bag and on Friday fly to Los Angeles and then to Augusta, Georgia, and be our special correspondent at this year's US Masters.
Is it April the 1st yet, or is this serious?
It's a serious. You've got the green shirt on. You might have the green jacket on as well. But no, mate, we do.
Really?
We all came together thanks to Hugh Marks, the CEO of the Nine Network. And you're going over. You're going to be a special correspondent. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's put up the itinerary. This is what is ahead for you, my great friend. put this up on the screen. You're going to be leaving on Friday. Here's Sam Newman's itinerary. Friday, leave for Los Angeles. We're going to get you over there so you can have a bit of a relax. Tuesday, arrive in Atlanta, Georgia. Wednesday, you're playing golf with John Daly. Thursday, you're going to go to the Masters Round 1, live from Augusta. Friday, you're going to play more golf at TBC at Sawgrass. On Sunday, you're going to be at the final round of the US Masters Final. And on Monday, you go into the ballot. And if your name gets pulled out, you hopefully will be playing a round of golf at Augusta on Monday week.
Sam, this is the first time I've heard him speechless.
I know.
I actually am speechless, Ed. That is extraordinary. I presume you're serious. I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is headed. I'll take it on face value. If that is the case, I feel very humbled. That is just an extraordinary thing to do, and I'm speechless.
Yeah. We might get through the show quicker now, Ed.
Well, we will. You won't. You'll be speechless for the rest of the night. A couple of your old mates are sending their regards and looking forward to seeing you at Augusta.
Sam, I know Eddie's tied up running the footy world, but I can't wait to see you over here next week. It's going to be a huge week, and I'm glad after 25 years on the Footy Show, they've finally let you out to come and enjoy it for yourself. We'll see you soon, mate.
G'day, Sammy. Shane Warne here from South Africa, mate. Just a little bit going on here at the minute, shall we say. Oh, yes, there is. Enough of that. Mate, 25 years on the Footy Show. Congratulations. And I hear the boys are going to look after you, my friend, and send you to Augusta. A couple of tips as someone who just ticked it off recently myself, and yes, I did have a hole-in-one on the 16th to a back right pin. So if your name gets drawn out of the media hat and you get the opportunity to play, I've played a lot of golf with you over the last 20-odd years, and I love you, Sam, but please, do not throw your clubs at Augusta National. Congratulations, and love you, mate, and I hope you absolutely enjoy it because it's the best experience of your life.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I really thank whoever. That's amazing.
Look, I don't want to labour the point.
I'd like to say something. I just don't know what to say.
Well, take your time, but without labouring the point, how much of a bucket list issue has this been for you? Because you haven't been able to go there. You've been invited plenty of times, but you've always sacrificed all that to stay here on the Footy Show.
I've been playing football since I was 18 years with Geelong, and then I got into the media, and of course our winters here are their summers over there, and I've never been able to go. I've been asked several times to go over on tours to Augusta, but I say I can't go, and I can't because I've been doing this for 25 years and playing football for the other. So this is could I say a dream come true? This is extraordinary, and I'm absolutely
Well, Matt Kaminsky from the PGA has done a lot of work for us, but another bloke has done fantastic work, and that is the former North Melbourne champion, Corey McKernan, who's with us tonight. And Corey's going to be taking you on the tour, mate.
So I saw you in the front row, so that's why you're here.
You knew I was here for a reason, didn't you? You thought it was a bit odd.
No, I didn't know why you were here. I just saw you there, and I thought, why are you here? Yeah, I did.
So why are you here, Corey?
Oh, look, Sam, through our company, Element Entertainment, we've got a great golf partner in George Carra from One Half. And look, I played a lot of golf with you over the years, and I knew from your reaction tonight, over the last 4 or 5 weeks with Luke Tunnicliffe behind the scenes, and to be able to put this together for you, I knew the reaction we'd get, and it's a pleasure to do it, mate. I just knew the reaction it'd have, so it's great to have you on board.
Good stuff, Corey.
I'm so appreciative to you and Nine and everyone else, and you too. I don't know what you two have done, but I appreciate you being there. Corey, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
And Sam, your passport has been looked after. You'll look in your diary, you'll notice there's nothing in there for the next 2 weeks. The good news or the bad news is that Brendan Favola is going to be in LA at the same time.
Yes, I leave tomorrow, Sam, so we'll be on.
And not only that, but Shane Crawford will be going over there, and our special guest next week on the Footy Show will be The Rock himself. Yeah, so it's going to be a big USA edition of the Footy Show next week. And if the Pies don't get a win, I'll be coming over and joining you too, mate. Next game is Collingwood and GWS. Saturday afternoon at 4:35. Pies got beaten by the Hawks by 34 points. GWS looking ominous. They arguably could have been they were the team that was probably scheduled to win the last 2 premierships, except they were beat in the preliminary finals by the 2 teams that went on to win the grand final. But they thumped the Western Bulldogs by 82 points last week. Giants have only beaten Collingwood once, and that was last year with that on-the-siren kick from Stevie Johnson. So the Pies have got a good record, and GWS have only won once at the MCG from 12 matches. The floor is yours, Dane Swan. Your thoughts on our beloved Magpies?
Well, apart from the injuries, which no one can help, but we seem to get them every year, so I don't think we can use them as an excuse these days. And I actually thought coming in this year, I've said it, when I've been asked that, I reckon the boys have played like 50, 60, 70 games together now, and I think that's about the time where you really start gelling as a side and start forming a good rapport like in the midfield and forward and back. So I can't see that as an excuse. I think where we lack, we don't kick a big enough score, and I think we're robbing Peter to pay Paul by playing Darcy down back. I think we need him up forward, and we can't have Tom Lynch now, but I think then you need to do everything you possibly can to get Tom Lynch. He's the one big piece because we don't have Wayne Carey. Coxie is great, but he's played 3 years of footy, and he's not going to. I can't see him kicking 8 or 10 in a game and winning us a big final or something like that. So we need Tom Lynch up forward to help out Darcy, and then Reedy can go back to where he's more comfortable. And I think the person we rely on most is Daniel Wells, and he's a 34-year-old who's struggling with his body. And if we're relying on him to win us games, we probably lack outside speed. Pendle, Trelaw, Tay, Levi when he's back, they're all Steele. They're all great inside. Steele's a great runner, but his leg speed's not there. Where they've just brought in that Jaden Stevenson, and he's not bad, but he's young.
Kid, though.
He's played.
I reckon Swanee should be the coach next year.
Yeah.
I always find it interesting when Collingwood
we'd
play.
win as many games if I was the coach. We'd have a much better time. So
I always find it interesting, Eddie, when you guys play because the cameras always seem to find you when you get beaten. And this is you with your kids. Just a couple of tears in the eyes. Here's a couple of lemons for you, Eddie.
Suck on a lemon.
Hallelujah. And a couple of lemons for you. And this is Jeff. Look how happy Jeff is. Jeff's up and about. The Hawks have won.
What are we doing still in the standard?
Can I just say one thing there? You reckon that your mate Donald Trump, the president, gets fake news?
Yeah.
I was standing in the race when that went up on the scoreboard. That was pre-recorded, that shot.
So that's... You're not telling me a paper took something out of context, are you, Ed?
Channel 7 did.
Channel 7 took that out of context. I don't believe it.
Yeah,
hey, Ed, were you and your kids eating lemons, were you?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, mate.
Oh, that tastes terrific.
Was that taken this year, or was that up in the stand?
That was earlier in the
There's
game.
also some other footage I picked up over the weekend, guy. Oh, God. The Gatorade shower. It's a first game players always get in, but I've never seen a player do it to himself. Zach Langdon from... Oh, look at Big Sticks. Big Sticks does it to himself, actually. This is after the 87 grand final down at the old Nortons. Eddie was there. You were there, Eddie?
I was.
You were there filming.
That was actually the microphone. I handed it to him.
That was when you were a minion. Have a look at you now.
A minion.
I reckon those guys got blindfolded, Sam, and got taken away on a bus.
That's right.
One of the great pieces of footage, that, Eddie.
Yeah.
Hey, some Good Friday footy coming up, and we've got 2 young blokes who are playing only their second game of football. We're going to go out to them in a few moments' time. They're going to join us. Hunter Clark and Luke Davies, Uniac from St Kilda and the North Melbourne Footy Club. They're going to join us in a moment. But as we go to the break, let's pay tribute to the Western Bulldogs who won the AFLW Premiership this year.
And I declare the winner, the 2018 AFLW Best and Fairest, Emma Carney of the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, obviously it's a really good year for me as an individual, but as a team. I look back at my footage from last year and I was really disappointed in some key areas that I need to work on. So I worked really hard over the pre-season on those deficiencies, and yeah, I suppose for me it's a nice reward to see that they've come off pretty well. Oh, definitely winning the premiership against Brisbane Lions was our highlight. I mean, that's the reason why you play sport, is to win the major title, and yeah, I never thought I'd be in that sort of position, but it was a great achievement by our girls and to turn it around from last year. last year was incredible. Juggling both sports, playing cricket as well. So generally when we were travelling with the Big Bash, I was doing more running sessions either before a game or straight after, because I knew that everyone's fitness across the competitions would increase. Pulling on the Bulldogs Guernsey is super special, and it's a really proud moment every time I get to represent the club. It's got such a rich history, and they've been so supportive of the women's program, and you know, it's such an honour to represent both the Bulldogs but also the AFL, which is fantastic.
Thanks to our major sponsors, Tradies Undies, guaranteed to be made tradie tough. They are sensational, the Tradie Undies. And KFC, thanks to KFC for making this footy season finger-licking good, you better believe it. Tradies Undies and KFC, major sponsors of the Mighty Footy Show. Thank you very much to everybody associated with Tradies Undies and KFC. Before we go on to some footy, I've got some updates from the media release from Cricket Australia, and these are the findings that have come out. Now, Steve Smith has been thought to, quote, mislead match officials and made, quote, misleading public comments. And that has been the finding as to why he's been rubbed out for a year. David Warner, he has been rubbed out for a year, and it says he developed the tampering plan and instructed Bancroft to use the sandpaper. There it is. So it is all starting to come in. By the way, IPL bans for Smith and Warner as well. Wow. So they are out of cricket for 12 months, full stop. There you go. That's the story in the cricket. Breaking news. Let's head back to the Super Box. Shane Crawford's in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantastic. Got two superstars right here. We'll start here with Hunter Clark. Pick number 7 in the national draft. Congratulations. But you're a Tiger supporter. So how was that last year?
Yeah, I guess it's a good time to jump off, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see him win a flag, but yeah, now hopefully win one with St Kilda.
Who's your favourite player for the Tigers?
Probably Dusty.
So you might play on him very, very soon, so that'll be pretty exciting. Now, you got your jumper from Joey Montagna, who is a very good friend of the show, so that was a wonderful thing to start off your career from such a champion of the game.
Yeah, it's pretty special to get the jumper, especially from someone who's such a great player. Had family there, so yeah, pretty special moment to share with them.
Now, you got the host of this show very, very excited. He was watching your game, commenting on it, and you kicked a wonderful goal, so that must have been nice, and doing it in front of your family.
Yeah, a little cheap one over the top, but yeah, it was pretty special.
So what was it like having your first win with the Mighty Saints?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I think the boys have all accepted me and made me feel welcome, so to share that with them. Round 1, yeah, couldn't be any better.
No, good on you, mate. All the very best with the rest of the year. So put your hands together for Hunter Clark. All right. And here we go to a North Melbourne superstar, Luke Davies-Uniacke. Pick number 4, you're from Haileybury College. Now, you had how many drafted from Haileybury?
6.
6, which is just incredible. And you were very lucky. You love your surfing, is that right?
Yep, sure is.
So do you have a favourite surf spot?
Oh, I do, but I don't really want to tell people. But, nah, there's plenty of spots that I go.
Okay. So do you have a favourite spot?
I'll say right back beach.
Okay, there we go. And you played your first game up in Cairns, where the plane had trouble landing.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got to the field and it was pretty much like you were surfing anyway. So how was that?
Yeah, so, I know, we rocked up and it was dry and whatnot, and then I thought, well, chance to miss it all, and then, yeah, it just came pouring down and wouldn't stop.
Yep. And what about North Melbourne? A wonderful club. Obviously, the guys have welcomed you in.
Yeah, no, it's a great bunch of boys down there, so couldn't be more happy.
Fantastic. Well,
Sam, just to interrupt, do you reckon the AFL, somebody at the AFL might want to tell somebody when they're doing the fixture that it is monsoon season in Cairns at this time of year?
Yeah, give Lennox Walker a ring, who's the long-range forecaster. Yeah. But I'm glad they played. That's play outdoors. You've got to put up with the
What was
weather.
your first game like?
I was going to ask you, I had a pretty sleepless night. Either of you, just tell everyone who's never done this before, what about the night before? The nerves, did you get any sleep? And on the day of the match, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm pretty calm and relaxed about my football. Probably when I got my jersey and put it on for the first time, all the boys got around you, that's probably when the nerves kick in. So, yeah, that was probably the most nervous time.
Well, did you feel intimidated when you ran out, or you thought, no, I'm pretty good at this game, I know what I'm doing, so I'll hold my own?
Oh, I looked at the banner, it was half ripped down from the weather, but no, besides that, it was just, great fun.
What about you, Hunter?
Yeah.
Sleep well the night before?
Nah, I kind of think about the game a bit, and then in the morning, I don't think I've ever been as nervous, but when I rocked up and see all the boys have a few laughs and stuff, you feel pretty good.
I'm not sure how this guy had a sleep before his first game, but I saw this up in Port Douglas, Sam, which is an interesting thing. The crocodile in the goal square. That's his first game. I've never seen that on a footy field. And the kids just don't care, Sam.
Is that serious?
Yeah, that's real.
That was the teeth of gold, Sam.
That's real. Good one, Eddie.
Yeah.
Give him a round.
You will notice if you go back, you'll notice there's no goal umpire because the crocodile ate him.
He wants to go on.
Let's have a look at North Melbourne and St Kilda. Boys, get your thoughts on this. Kangaroos lost by 16 points up there in Cairns. And St Kilda were fantastic. 25-point win against Brisbane. Brisbane played good football in that game as well. But the Saints got up. Fev and Swanee, thoughts?
Yeah, I reckon the Saints will win quite easily. It's great to be playing on Good Friday. You know, it's obviously a great day for the kids, but good to see that the guys will be out there playing. And hopefully they put on a good game to get there and watch the boys at Etihad Stadium.
Yeah, it's definitely about time they played on Good Friday. I think they played last year for the first time, so give us something to do and watch on Friday. But yeah, I think the Saints.
Give us something to do.
What else do we do on Good Friday? So yeah, I think the Saints will be probably just a little too good.
Good on you, boys. Hey, good on you, Hunter. Thanks very much for being on the show. And Luke, your initials are LDU, but what do the boys call you at North Melbourne?
Yeah, Wadey's passed down the UDL.
So you're UDL. That's
probably the smartest thing Wadey's ever said.
We'll take a break, come back with the rest of the games right after this on the Footy Show.
Here from Jules Empire. Congratulations, Sam, on 25 years at the Footy Show. We love you. Yes, we all love you. From Jules Narell at Oak Park, Sam. What golfing attire will you wear when you play with John Daly, Sam?
Well, he likes to be out there. I might wear
very
some
colourful.
+4s, if you know what they are,
Yes.
Brendan, where you tuck them into your socks, and a tam o' shanter. Yeah. Might go out, get their attention with some
We
open...
better get you a nice conservative outfit as well for Augusta, just in case you play.
So I'll leave the open neck trousers at home?
I think we should.
Yeah, righto.
I think there was another one there. Are you going to go head down and help Maxi Gawn do goal kicking lessons from Clint Atwell?
Bring back the FARC Academy, Sam.
We had an academy...
The what, sorry?
A FARC Academy.
FARC Academy.
That's an acronym for Fossils Academy of Reliable Kicking.
Oh, that obviously happened in the last 10 years. I wasn't watching that.
No, we had quite a number of members.
I thought Graham Kennedy had joined us tonight.
We were going to call it Fossil Unravels the Clues to Kicking, but we couldn't register that acronym. So we just kept it at FARC. And we made one of the original board members L. McPherson, so it was FARC and L. And then I took it over myself, and then we disbanded it because we didn't have any members.
No. Carlton versus Gold Coast, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a big game, Eddie.
Your boys Carlton.
Yeah, they played really well against the Tigers at the MCG round 1, and you know, Gold
Got
Coast
beaten by 26 points. They were in it until...
They were in it, yeah. And I think they ran out of legs, but I think the Gold Coast will be out of legs playing in that monsoon up there. And we're playing at home, so hopefully we can get a win. Get the first win of the season, so I'm going for the Blues.
Brisbane versus Melbourne, Saturday.
One of my other sides, Ed.
Well, Melbourne did everything other than win, and they're up against your side. Brisbane, who were pretty good. As I said, the game against St Kilda, they were good for 3 quarters. Swanee, did you see any of those games?
No, Ed, no.
I'll take over for
Won't
you.
be tuned into this one either. When is it?
Yeah, no, Brisbane were really good. I thought they might have had the Saints, and but about Mitch Robinson got suspended. But up at the Gabba for the first game, hopefully the Brisbane supporters get to watch it with the Gabba. But I think the D's are the real deal.
Hey, what about Hogan? He's had such.
He's going to be okay.
He's had such a bad run, hasn't he? Yeah.
I think, is he playing?
I think they haven't picked the side yet. They haven't named
I think
it yet.
I heard on radio today that he might be playing. I think he's all right. So hopefully he can get out there because he is a superstar of the game, Sam.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. No, yeah, I know that. I know that. I've been watching him closely.
Yeah, he's a
Brendan.
good player. So hopefully they go up there and get the 4 points.
Have you got any thoughts on Melbourne just at this particular moment? I know it's round one, but they had all the drama about the camp, but also missing out last year.
It was an excellent game last week.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It was a great game, and honestly, you'd say they should have a win on the board, and Geelong can say they legitimately had a win on the board, so that's how coaches have nothing to do with the results of games. They just rely on their personnel to kick goals.
The Bombers are going well, and they've signed up their coach. Let's hear from John Worsfold today.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I've loved my first couple of years at the footy club, and yeah, we've got things in place, a plan in place to continue to build and grow and be successful over that period of time. So, yeah, more than comfortable that and excited about it.
And so did you win the flag in that time?
Yeah, well, that's our aim, absolutely.
So well done to John Worsfold, who's got a contract extension at Essendon. They take on Fremantle in the West at the big new Optus Stadium. The Fremantle Dockers. Bombers go into the game favourite there. Lost to Port Adelaide, Fremantle by 50 points. Essendon against the grand finals from last year, the McClellan Trophy winners, Adelaide. That last quarter was scintillating. You could just feel it building up there, and then the Bombers got on a roll. It was great stuff.
Yeah, you didn't watch that one either?
No.
Yep, so the Bombers are really good. That last quarter, as you said, Ed, they turned it on and their fans got really excited. They haven't had much to cheer about over the last couple of years. But I reckon Freo were disappointing over there in Adelaide, and Nate Fyfe was pretty well held. They don't really look like they got a forward line. Ballantyne didn't get a kick. And I reckon the Bombers they're up and about, and with the coach re-signing, I think they'll go get the job done, which they probably wouldn't have thought that last couple of years, getting 4 points in Perth.
Well, I don't think Freo will be as bad as you think. But they're playing against Port Adelaide last week, who probably finishing in the top 4, so I think Freo will get the job done this week.
I don't think nothing would give me greater pleasure in football terms than Essendon getting into a grand final, because they have been roundly run out of town internationally. They have been roundly condemned for nothing.
They did things that were wrong, they've been punished, and we've moved on.
What have they done wrong?
Well,
don't start that again.
No.
You can't identify one thing that they've done wrong. It's only supposition.
No, there was wrong in what was going on administratively. Things got into the club that shouldn't have, and everyone's moved on from it. I take your point, but they were punished for doing some things wrong, but let's not make a three-act play out of it. Let's move on. I'm with you. I hope that everyone goes on. Let's go. But let's not die in a ditch saying all was sweet and roses. There were things that were done wrong. They've been fixed up.
Could you tell me one?
I just told you, the administration and things
like
that.
Well, OK, so the administration, the top office wasn't too good?
Well, and you don't go off-site and have needles and things
like
that.
What's wrong with that?
Because
it's 2018, let's move on.
We don't want to get into that, because I'm with you. Let's leave it behind. The Bombers are going well, and it was fantastic to hear the Bombers fans in full cry on Friday night as their team played great football. It was really sensational. All right. As we go to the break, I want to thank our other sponsors here on the Footy Show. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We've got KFC, we've got Tradie Undies, but we've got the Mighty Sports Bet as well. And download the mobile app right now. The best bets and the best odds on television, Sports Bet and Holden. The brand new Holden, Colorado. Sponsors of the Holden Centre as well. Holden, Colorado, the car of the century. Get one right now. Make sure you join us on Sunday for the Sunday Footy Show live 11 o'clock for all the news, the build-up to the Sunday and the Monday Easter Spectacular. Easter Sunday with Tony Jones in the chair, and then on the special time of 8:30 on 9 Go on Monday night, Footy Classified will go through all of round 2 and all the dramas in sport. That's the home of Footy Classified. Don't forget to join me tomorrow night on Fox Footy as well, as we give you tomorrow night's big game, live and uninterrupted, the grand final replay, Adelaide versus the Tigers. Make sure you join me on Fox Footy tomorrow night. Last game of the round, Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles. Easter Sunday special, this one. And, well, the two Western Suburbs teams, if you like, or the West Coasters, the Bulldogs, boys, 82 points. They were flogged last week.
Yeah, they were the most disappointing side of the round one, and obviously losing Little Libba, so good luck in your recovery, mate. He's got to have a knee reco. He was coming back after having a pretty tough year last year, so I think the Bulldogs are really going to struggle. They were so disappointing, but GWS really lifted it, and they come up against West Coast, who ran into the buddy train. So I reckon Sydney will beat Western Bulldogs easy.
So West Coast beats Western
Bulldogs.
Who'd you say?
Yeah, I said
West Coast beats the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy.
I'm the other way. I'll give the Bulldogs another chance.
You're going to give them another chance?
Yeah.
What do you see there out of that loss last week? And don't forget they got beaten by 10 goals by Collingwood the last
Well, perfectly honest, I didn't see heaps, but they got beat by a good
It's the only
side.
2 games I can talk about. It's the last 2 games I played.
Well, like I said, I didn't see heaps of that game again, but they got beat by a very good side. So the Bulldogs on the home deck, I think they'll be okay.
Good stuff. Fev, we've got one poll result to have a look at here. This is was Parker's better than Fev, and the answer was the Revolution, 62% to 38%.
Thanks to all my kids at home who voted for
He
me.
was voting
Thank
for
you.
himself on the ad breaks.
I was voting. Don't worry about that.
All right, as we finish off tonight,
Yeah.
Sam, the next time we see you will be in Augusta, Georgia.
Luckily, I've hit a 6-iron to the last green to 10 feet, and this is to win the Masters.
Well, have a look at there you go.
So, and this is the inner game. Brendan, try and put me off if you... Don't goose me.
Footy Show. Catch you next week.